Okay, I finally finished deleting all the alert because there are thousands of alert. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to delete all the alerts depending on your computer processing power. So if you have a newer computer and high-end CPU, you may perform and do this lab a little bit faster. All right. Me, I have to wait a little bit because I'm doing this exercise, show you the demo from my home computer. My office computer is newer than the one that I have it. So now, as you can see that, we're gonna go to Multilade, right? Multilade. So let's run an active scan on this one, right? Uh, Not Multilade, DAM vulnerability website, right? They are using Apache, Ubuntu 2.2.8 Ubuntu, right? And it was created on April 24th, 2022 at 11 p.m. GMT, right? So let's run this. I'm gonna right click and active scan, right? Let's do active scan. Uh, Default policy, yeah, we just leave this alone. We just leave this alone and then we're gonna do start scan. See how long will it takes, right? Uh, this I think gonna go pretty fast because we do not do a spider for the whole Metasploitable tool. Now we just do a portion of DVWA. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Right? I'm gonna pause this video again because I don't want you to wait, right? Although it's already 50%. So let me pause this. Okay, now we just finished. It just takes about 5-10 minutes, right? So let's go to the alert here. Go to the alert, right? And then we see the red and the orange, right? Let's go to the red one, right? We go to the red one, alert. We have two red one here. So we're gonna go here, right? Uh, what is this? Remote execution, right? We have DVW. So we have some vulnerabilities in this DVWA, right? Risk is high. Attack is, let me see, it's called Remote Code Execution, CVE 2012-1823, right? Some PHP version, when configured to run using CGI, do not correctly handle the query string that lack of an unescaped, right? Character enable arbitrary code execution. In this case, operating system command was caused to be executed on the web server and the result will return to the web server. So let's scroll it down, right? So we have this solution, right? So they give you a solution as well, all right? So we have a problem here in this one. It's called remote execution vulnerability and the risk is high. Okay, what else we need to do here? Source code execution. Source code execution. Let me see. Let me see here. Here, right? Let me see. Uh, Let me see. Here I think I get source code execution. I can find this one. Let me see. Here we can go to the root here. DVW login. This is a source code execution and the risk is high. Let me find out what is the risk here. The description is the same. And the solution is upgrade to the latest stable version of PHP or use the Apache web server and the mode rewrite module to filter out malicious requests. So the best way, if I were the admin, upgrade the latest stable version of PHP. Here, see if I can show you the login thing, right? Go to see the login, all right? PHP. So let me see here, DWIs. Here, let me see the remote execution. Okay, let me pause the video here. Let me see here. Okay, let me pause this one first, okay? Okay, in here on the directory browsing, right? If I go to get HTTP 56.103, right? Look at this on the top. Let me see. Here is URL. It shows you the URL address. And then here it see the description. It is possible to view the directory listing. The directory listing may reveal hidden script, include files, backup source file, and etc. Right, which can be accessed to read sensitive information. So we should disable this, right? Solution is to disable directory browsing. If this is required, make sure that the listed file does not induce risk, right? So if I open my disk, right? If I open this, click this, the URL, right? So here, right, DVW and DVW, you type it, it show you all the script and it show you the images, right? This should be disabled, so users will not be able to. This is the original one, right? This is the original one, right? This is a login. But since they do not sanitize the program, the website, so if I type DVWA, it show you the directory of that. So that is vulnerabilities, right? Some images, I think I show you there. If you click these images, right? Click these images, we can see all the images, right? Look at that. This is all the images. So this is no good. So the solution, so you have the URL browsing, and then you have this attack URL, right? And the brief description of it, as well as the solution, disable directory listing. So let's come back to here, see if I can find this one, right? URL, right? I can type this. I cannot make copy and paste this one, right? Let me see this post, right? This post input, okay? This create a problem here. This is the attack, right? URL, this one, this code is a remote execution, so I can use this input. Let me see if I can execute this. Right click. No, we cannot use this. This is the URL. Let me see if I can do this one. Okay, all right. Type one is this PHP execution. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. If not, then I just try to do something else then. No, I don't think that's work. So we're gonna do something else here. Okay. Okay, that one doesn't work. So the point is I show you some of the vulnerability of that. So let's start with the other one. Okay. Multilade. Okay, so I'm gonna attack this multilade. Let me see where is it my thingy here. The next one I'm gonna run the multilade. Okay, the multilade. So let me delete this one as well, right? Let me delete this, right? All the user, otherwise it's gonna get mixed up with the DVWA. Okay, I'm gonna click this, delete this. All right. Now I'm gonna run the multilade. Okay. So now I'm gonna use multilade. I'm gonna run this, right click and active scan. Okay, this may take some times also, right? This is pretty long. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video, but I'm gonna let me show you active scan, right? Is 0%. We will not go through all of them because if we're gonna run through the multilade, it's gonna take at least an hour. So I'm gonna let it run for 15 minutes. Okay, and in the meantime, let's just pause this one, okay, so you don't have to wait watching me. At least I get some alert and then we do some testing. Okay, let me find out. Oh, still takes some time, right? So this still takes some time. Okay, still in progress. As you notice that there are a lot of full analysis here, and this is gonna take some time. So I'm gonna close this first and see if we can go to alert in the meantime, right? Let's look at the path transversal, right? I'm gonna click here. We got one alert, which is the red color. The red color has more risk here. So I'm gonna click here. Here they say what? Path transversal, right? This is the URL address, okay? See if we can look at this. The attack is /etc pass working directory, password working directory, right? So the description is the path transversal attack techniques allows the attacker to access to file, directory, and commands that potentially reside outside the web document root directory. Attacker may manipulate the URL in such a way that the website will execute and reveal the content of arbitrary files anywhere on the web server. Any device that expose let me see, any where is it, any device that exposes an HTTP based interface is potentially vulnerable to path transfers, right? So most websites restrict user access to specific portion of the file system, typically called the web document root or CGI root, right? So how we countermeasure this? So this one, the solution is assume that all input is malicious, use the except known good input validation. So we need to sanitize the code using input validation strategy. Use an allow list of acceptable input that strictly conform the specification and reject any output that does not strictly conform to the specification, right? Do not rely exclusively on looking the malicious or what, or malform input, right? However, denial lists can be useful for detecting potential attack also, right? So it gives you a brief description and also solution. So let's check it out, this one, right? I'm gonna highlight this and then I'm going to do right click, copy, right? and then I'm going to open this one and Control V, right? Okay, now we should be able to see, right? All this information. This is not a password, but it shows you all the username. Once we know all the username, we can use the brute force attack to the site. So they are all gonna be vulnerable to hacking, right? As you notice that this is the root user account, right? And this should not be exposed. And then we have games, G games, right? This also should not be exposed. So as you can see that this program, right, it show you the vulnerabilities, right? It show you the root daemon and bin and everything else here. This should not be exposed, right? It show you. So Owasp Zap is a very good tools and very popular tools, right? If I go to active scan, notice that it's scanning. It's gonna take forever here, at least an hour. You can see the progress here, right? And see, this is just still, I already ran this for 8 minutes and they haven't done scanning for this path transversal, right? So I just make proof of the point, proof of the concept, right? Proof of the concept that how to run this tools, okay? What else that I want to cover? Let me see. Okay, so that's okay. I'm going to run one more scanning here. I already run a scan. I just do, well, make sure that if you want to run the next item, which is PHP myadmin, right, delete the old one first, right? Earlier I was do scanning using for multilade. Make sure you delete this, and then you go right click here and run an active scan. That way you have a new one, right? So now I'm doing an active scan on the PHP myadmin, right? Notice that it's still running. I'm not gonna wait for it because it's gonna take a while, right? But in the meantime, I let it run, and then let's go to the alert, right? When I go to the alert, we see like alert here, right? The remote execution and source code disclosure, right? So here I'm gonna click here and then go to this one, admin, right? Admin or index, right? Let me see if I can go to the index here, right? So here, admin, PHP admin, and PHP admin. I'm gonna right click here, right? And then I'm gonna copy and then I'm gonna paste it here. Notice that it shows all the source code, right? This should not be shown to public, right? This one should not be shown to public. Let me see if I can get another one here. Also the PHP myadmin, right? This one, right? This is the risk is high, right? As you notice, Control C, and then I'm gonna run this again. Okay, so let's see what they show you. The admin, this is all the information about the code, right? This should not be exposed. So I'm gonna close this. So basically here the one you have a risk high, we need to pay attention. It shows you the description and it tells you the solution, upgrade the latest stable version. Well, so far so far we have done active scanning to DVWA, multilade, and PHP admin. And just make sure that when you finish active scan on DVWA, you need to delete it and run an active scan here. And then delete it and run again, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna see a lot of alert and you're gonna get confused which one that belongs to which, all right? And file persist decision. So I'm gonna save all of this, right? I can save this and then tell the meta exploitable scanning, right? So we can scan this. Boom, there we go. So thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully that this video is informative to you, and This tool is very popular and a lot of things. I just show you some foundational basic concept here. Okay, so thank you for watching. Make sure you do the lab and see you later. Bye.